Welcome to the video walk on your Coleman. First things first, you are pre-wired for a backup camera. You just have to buy the camera kit, the Furion kit, and those usually run around 300 to I think around 600 depending on what size screen you get. Then the screen goes in your truck, then you can have us install the backup camera if you want us to. Next, bumper caps come off. It's gonna be the best spot to store your sewer hose. It's actually built for that. Around here, on the side, you got your two tank valves. So get your gray, which is your toilet, not your toilet, so your shower, your sink, and your shower and your sink water, and then your black tank is your toilet water or your sewage. I always recommend before you taking this cap off, double checking these are closed. Once you have your hose hooked up, I recommend doing your black tank first. Once it's done, use your gray to flush the hose out, making it a little bit easier to carry around. Show cord, 30 amp. It's built into the camper. You can't ever lose it. Just make sure you unplug it, and reel it back in before you go. You can also close that, make it look a little neater. Coming around. Fresh tank fill. So if you're going to fill your onboard fresh tank, this is where you would fill it from. You just take your hose, rest it in there. Don't jam it in there. Turn it on as you're filling it. You can monitor its progress on the monitoring panel, and then if you start seeing water squirt out of here or around your hose, it's full. Below that, city water. So that's how you'll do your city, your main. If you have a site with water, that's going to be your main source of water. Hook it up through there. Operate off of city water pressure. You won't need to run your pump. And then right there is your drain for your fresh tank. Make sure you drain your fresh tank after each trip. You don't want standing water sitting in there. It'll become stagnant and smelly. Single 20-pound cylinder. Very easy. On or off, just like your barbecue at home. We'll turn it off for now. Got your battery. It's a Group 24 RV Marine Grade battery. I definitely recommend in the winter disconnecting your negative lead and if it gets really cold, I definitely recommend taking your battery out. And as well, if it's going to be a long period of time between trips, disconnecting that negative battery will help keep anything from pulling voltage from your battery. Then you have your fuse. This is usually for your solar. That's going to be for your solar charging. You're equipped with that right there. Chains, cross them when you tow it. Get your breakaway box. So if whatever come undone, your hitch work, whatever come undone, it's gonna pull that pin, activate the brakes on the trailer. Your solar, you're 50% set up for that, so it's wired on the camper part. All you have to do is if you buy the kit, it would come with everything you need to plug in your panels and all that. So you can run solar, and that's just gonna trickle charge your battery, keeping it charged up. Storage, good amount of storage there. Entry door does lock open, just like that. Just remember that you have it latched before you try to close it. You might risk breaking the little clip. Also keep in mind when you are operating your awning, and we'll show you that on the inside, having your door closed while you're doing it, or even open like that from the inside, so you don't have the door swing open and your awning open or close onto it, risk damaging that. Outdoor power, GFCI protected. We'll go more into that once we go into the inside. Water heater, very simple to use. Store your plug in there, your anode rod. Get it threaded by hand. It's an 1 1/16" socket size. That's gonna help you snug it up. Don't over tighten it. And then as soon as you hook up water, you're gonna fill up your water heater, and then the controls to turn it on or off are on the inside. Make sure you clean your exhaust there and your burn area there regularly to keep a buildup of soot from happening or anything catching fire. Places like that. And I definitely recommend draining it after every use. So before you pull your anode rod out to drain it, crack your pressure relief. Open is going to be having it sticking out like that. Once it's done squirting water out, close it, then you can take that out. That's relieving all the pressure, and it's gonna risk you from getting hot water all over you. The awnings are adjustable. You just unscrew that, loosen that. Make sure it's always loose when you're operating it so it has room to move. Push your awning down like that, and then you can go ahead and retighten that thumb screw. It's gonna keep it pitched to one angle. And that's good, so if it's drizzling a little bit, you can have water run off to the side rather than all around the edge. Definitely recommend rolling your awning in. When it starts getting really rainy, really windy, roll it in. That's going to keep the wind from tearing the fabric or ripping your awning off. If you roll it in wet, as soon as it gets dry and sunny out, roll it back in. Onto the inside. Your control panels. So the top is your monitoring panel, so you can monitor your battery life. It's always going to read full when you're plugged in, so to get a true reading, do it while you're unplugged. Fresh tank, how full that is, you're black and you're gray. Turn your water pump on or off from here. Just like that, and then your controls for your awning. So this will retract, this will extend. Your awning does not stop automatically once it's out. When you see the flap in the bare tube, that's when it's all the way out. And then down here, your controls for your water heater. So you just on or off. That light will turn on and then turn back off when it's lit or running. It is gas only. It does cycle on and off. So as you're using it, the burner will cycle on and off to help regulate the temperature, keep the water from getting too hot. Below that, another GFCI outlet. This is the outlet that you reset them. So any GFCI outlet connect in this unit will be reset from this outlet right here. We'll go this way. Again, these two outlets are GFCI right there, and plenty of storage above there, and then your bed. You have storage along the edge underneath your bed. And then there's an outlet there. The plug for your AC has a built-in GFCI to it. Speaking of AC, although there's a lot of buttons, it's very simple to use. So on or off from here. You change your fan speed there. From there, sorry. And then your temperature. That's your timer, sorry. And then this is your mode. So dry will keep it the air from getting humid in here. Fan is just gonna run the fan. It's a little chilly in here now. It's not gonna want to run. Auto, it'll do it to the temperature you have it set at and help regulate that temperature. So it'll go down to 62. It'll kick on, run. Once it hits 62. It'll stay regulated at that temperature, so it'll turn on and off to help regulate that temperature. Hit this. So now you're in timer mode. You can have a timer. You can have it set for a certain amount of time. So 11 hours all the way. So I think 24-hour period you can have it set up to. Again, this will allow you to cycle through modes. So if you go to cool, the cool mode, you can choose auto, that'll keep it in auto, just like it would running in auto. Or you can do low, medium, or high. So if it's high, it's going to turn on and run to the regular temperature you have it set at, and then keep running. I don't recommend doing that when it's really hot and humid. It's not going to allow the AC to cycle off, keep from freezing up, and then it'll freeze up. And you have to wait for it to thaw to be able to use it again. Let's turn it on. Small as this is, it'll get this camper cool in a heartbeat. Radio, very simple. Volume knob, forward and back through channels, on or off right there. You can also select the mode, auxiliary in. And then you have Bluetooth, so you go auxiliary in or Bluetooth. You look for the Boss radio on your phone, and then you compare your phone to this. Then you have USB for charging. That's your auxiliary in port. And then presets, push and hold to save presets. And this cycles through AM and FM, and your 3 different options for presets in FM. Then you have a mute button right here. And then you push and hold, turn the power off. This turns into a bed. Just fold them legs up, and then it rests on here. Then you take your back cushions and you would lay them on the newly created platform. Coming over here, cooktop, very simple to use. Turn it to light it with a barbecue lighter, a match, whichever you have to light your burner, and then it runs good like that. Right below that, your booklet, it'll have all your manuals in it. They even throw in stuff for a toilet paper roll holder to install in your bathroom. But keep in mind, the reason they don't install them is because people are picky, usually, and wherever the factory installs them, someone out there is going to complain it was installed in the wrong spot. So if you install it yourself, keep in mind that that's not going to be warrantable if it ends up falling off or breaking something. Plenty of storage. Got a fireplace here. That's going to act as your source of heat. So you have controls on it there. Power on or off. This changes the color of the flame. This one next to it changes the dimness of the flame. And then this one, the olive beads here. This one changes the temperature. And then power off and on there. Plenty of storage up there. And then these lights here, you click on by pushing them in the middle. So all of the lights turn on and off by pushing them in the middle like that. Got light up there and a light in here. This window is an emergency exit. So you just lift up here, swivel it around, push it out. You can rest it like a normal window, or if you push completely out, then you would grab this screen, pull it out, and then you would jump out there for your emergency exit. If you do your own winterization, this panel right there, that's going to get access to the back of the water heater for your bypass. Do have a microwave. Your microwave is only going to work when you're plugged in, just like your standard house microwave. Fridge, again, this will only work when you're plugged in. It's like your mini fridge. So you plug it in when you get to go and give it a few hours to get up to temp. Then you're good. You have a temperature adjustment right there and a little mini freezer in there. Bathroom, not a whole heck of a lot. Got a toilet. The pedal right here, as long as you're pushing this pedal, it's just going to keep flushing when you have water hooked up. Then shower. Removable shower head. Hot and cold. Shower curtain there, and then you have a vent here. You can crank this open. Recommend if you take a hot shower having this open. That's going to keep the moisture and condensation from building up on these walls. They do seal around the edges and everything to keep it from getting in the gaps. One last final look. And that concludes the video tour of your Coleman.